I think the Washington Redskins, I think this thing is gone completely wrong. Uh, how can any group of people say it's offensive to another group of people when they don't even know how they feel? Meaning, anybody that's not Native American screaming that Washington Redskins, the name, the logo, and all this, that, and the other is offensive. How can you say that when the Native American Indians, who it's supposed to be supposedly offensive to, aren't complaining about it? There's a lot of people yelling about this, but there's nobody that I see or heard from saying that this is offensive that are Native American. That's what I don't get. How are you going to tell? Ugh. And look, before you get on the whole, look at this white guy on this video talking about this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. What a lot of people don't realize or know on here is the fact that I'm Native Alaskan Indian, aka, most people know it as Eskimo, whatever, because that don't come across as offensive, right? No. The Alutiiq tribe, look them up. That's what I am. So I just find it very ridiculous that the people that it's supposed to offend don't really offend. Go figure. And not to be political, but to be political at the same time, this is part of a movement, a cancel culture. I mean, Land O'Lakes removing the Indian from their logo, that was created by an Indian. Come on. How offensive is that? The point is I think right now, the whole idea of everything going on has strayed from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. The Washington Redskins name was meant to be in honor of Native American Indians. Because if you think about it, the name Washington Redskins gives representation to that group of people, right? The Native American Indians. It gives representation from it. So for you to say that, oh, it's offensive, who, by the way, you're more than likely not Native American. So for you to say that it's offensive and you're going to take away the name, and let's face it, Native American Indians, they are a minority group in this country, probably one of the most minority groups in this country. So you're going to strip that name away from this football team and give them even more or even less representation. Isn't that a form of suppression? I got to be honest. I got to be completely honest. If I was a Redskins fan right now, after dealing with a lousy team over the last 20 years, maybe a little bit longer, dealing with that, having an owner that absolutely refuses to build a winning team consistently. They've had a few good seasons here and there, like 2 or 3 over that time span. But for the most part, the team has been trash, right? So if I'm a loyal fan dealing with all of that, and then having an owner through those years standing up and defending the name of the Redskins, now to all of a sudden, this proves that Daniel Snyder is all about money. To give into the mob of this cancel culture, because now he starts to risk losing money from endorsements and sponsors and things like that. Now, all of a sudden, because it's hitting your pocket, you want to change the name. See, I'm glad I'm not a Redskins fan, because if I was, this will probably be the breaking point. It's hard enough to deal with losing seasons and embarrassment over the last 20 plus years. And now this. When there have been, and I'll admit it, there have been loyal Redskins fans that have been Redskins fans for years, decades on end, that's been around in the 70s and 80s, and even parts of the 90s, where there have been really good Redskins teams. Great players that have come from that team. Hall of Fame players. And then to deal with all this losing. And now this. I can honestly say that this for me, if I was a Redskins fan, I would I can't say for sure because I'm not in that situation because I'm not a Redskins fan, but I could probably say I would definitely be considering the thought of saying, screw this team. I was a Redskins fan. They're not the Redskins anymore. Negative energy never resulted in positive change. Think about it. Think about it. Negative energy, no matter what the reason is or the intention is, negative energy never resulted in positive change. Just think about it. People need to sit down and talk with each other. Sit down and talk with each other. Talk about your differences. Because everybody needs to understand everybody. I might say something that you might say is offensive, or I don't agree with that, or you might say that I'm ignorant or whatever. But most likely you'll say that without wanting to understand me and where I'm coming from. Don't assume just because that you know me. And that goes both ways. That goes across, and that covers everybody. Everybody. People are people first. That's how I look at it. That's how I was brought up. And changing a name like the Redskins does nothing. Redskins fans, I feel sorry for you guys dealing with this. I really do. And those screaming, oh, change the name, and, it should be this, that, and the other. Name it this, name it that. Redskins, it's offensive. Native American, Native Alaskan, because Native Alaskan Indians went through very similar stuff. So don't tell me just because I'm Native Alaskan, I can't speak on it. Because Native American Indians and Native Alaskan Indians are fairly one and the same with what they dealt with. So it is what it is. If you ain't Native American or Native Alaskan Indian or have bloodline, I really don't want to hear your opinion on this. Because how can you say it's offensive and you're not even part of that group that's supposed to be offended? I mean, it's all about being politically correct nowadays, right? That's what it's all about. We got to follow the trend. We got to follow what the media trend is, and everything is offensive because we have too many soft people in this country right now who can't just say, you know what, I don't like this show, let me change the channel. You know what, I don't like this book, so let me not pick it up and open it up. No, I don't like this song, so let me change the radio station. No. We don't like anything nowadays? Oh, it's got to go. It's got to go. It's offensive. The Redskins name, it's offensive. Even though I'm not part of that group that it's supposed to offend. Think about this now. Think about it. There's thousands more comments like that by Native American Indians. Way more than I can put on this video. All I'm saying is, instead of running off of emotions and following the trend, the mob, do your own research. Do your own research and educate yourself. Then form your opinion. Don't Google a few pictures and then base your opinion off of memes. Do real research. That's all I'm saying.